Hello and welcome to the Connection Couch, where we're all about helping you grow your business through connection and conversation. So, as we're on YouTube, I would suggest maybe a good idea to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any awesome content that we put out.
Such as today's episode, which is going to be all about, well, it's not going to, it
No,
is.
It is going to be all
It
about
is all about hashtags on LinkedIn. Hashtags, yes. So let's get on to it.
Okay, hashtags, Joe. Are they a waste of time?
No, they are not a waste of time.
Okay, convince me.
Okay, so are you using them right now, Reg?
I think, yes, I am.
Excellent, good. Yeah.
But probably not as well as I could.
Yes.
Like most people. So I need to be enlightened.
Yes.
And you're here to enlighten.
Oh, that's my job.
So enlighten away.
Okay, so hashtags. First, I'll just explain what they are for the uninitiated. So hashtags essentially categorize your content, and you can pick as many as you like, but we're going to go through why 3 is the magic number.
Because 3 is the magic number.
It is. But yeah, you pick hashtags that categorize or give a topic or a theme to your content. So they're adding context to your content. They're telling LinkedIn what that content's about, which allows it to be indexed. And it also tells the viewer what it's about. So this is where they're relevant. So if in your profile you're following certain interests, and interests go back a long time, but they're now hashtags. So if you said you were interested in networking, in, I don't know, conferences, in video marketing, they become the hashtags that you're following. So you're telling LinkedIn these are your interests. And if I share content with the hashtag video marketing and you say you like video marketing or you follow the hashtag now, you're likely to see my content in your home feed.
Right.
So your connection's talking about the content that you're interested in. So it's just a way to signal. It also allows you to be found by other people too, because you can search by hashtags.
Yes, I didn't know that.
I figured you would.
Somebody I know told me about it.
So in the top search box, you can search for people, companies, also jobs. You can also search for content. And part of the content search, you can search for hashtags. So if you do a search for hashtag Connection Couch, you'll find anything about this show. If you search for hashtag LinkedIn Local Perth, which is an event that we both run, you will find anybody talking about that, whether you're connected to them or not. So if there's a person that attended our event that we haven't connected to for some reason, and they're talking about it, we can find the content and see it quite easily.
Okay, cool. So how do I use them more effectively? Like, I know, like we mentioned 3, there's a magic number. Do you put them at the beginning? Do you put them at the end? Do you scatter them throughout? How does that work?
Good question, Reg. Now, I'd love to know what you're currently doing with hashtags, so feel free to comment below and tell me how many you're using at the moment and what's working for you and where you put them.
What's your favourite hashtag?
Yeah, do you
And
have a
why?
favourite? Yeah, hashtag love.
Hashtag VMPair.
Yes, so hashtags, you could put them at the top, but you've kind of put a blockage in the way of the content. So I always recommend put them at the very end. And this is, LinkedIn will put them in for you. So when you do an update on LinkedIn, whether you're on the phone or desktop, LinkedIn suggests hashtags for you based on what you're typing or what you've previously used. And you can put in the whole string at the end, and many people will do that. They'll put in a whole range of them.
It's not Instagram, is it?
It's not Instagram. Now, where the biggest mistake I see with hashtags is the Instagram approach, but Instagram without any context. So if you pick up a piece of content to share it, so say Reg has shared an article about how awesome video is on LinkedIn, and I think that's great, I'm going to share that with my network. If I hit the share button and I share it and I just put a whole bunch of hashtags and that's it, what's wrong with that, Reg, you reckon?
Everything.
Everything, yeah, exactly. But the main thing that's wrong with it...
Well, there's no context of why you're sharing it.
Yes. So it's all good and well to share someone's content, particularly if it's someone you know, it might be a client, someone you know in your network, but tell them why you're sharing it and also tag them, as in mention them, because if I'm sharing your content, you might not know I'm sharing it. So, and if I'm talking about you, then if I mention you, I'm bringing you back into the conversation and then adding the relevant hashtags, but not all the hashtags.
Right.
Because, there are too many hashtags. Okay,
so you mentioned 3 being the magic number and 3 being at the end. So does that preclude me? Is that a preclude? Does that, I think that's right. Am I allowed to put hashtags in the body or the copy?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're...
But that
if
doesn't
it's-
count against my 3 type of thing.
No, I mean, 3, there's no like, oh, over 3 and you're out sort of thing.
Yeah, I know there's no hard and fast rules, but...
3 to 5 is what I actually recommend. I
Right,
mean,
okay.
5 you can stretch it to. So you'll pick 3 hashtags, and then you might have another one that just works. So why 3? Well, LinkedIn recommend 3. That's actually coming from them.
Right.
But the way I look at hashtags, you've got... I always recommend...
Is it like this?
Yeah, I do,
Yeah.
on an angle, always on an angle. Yeah. I always recommend using one that's broad. So if we think about our event, LinkedIn Local Perth, I'll use hashtag networking.
Yep,
Because
that's
our
broad.
event is about networking. Then I might use Business Perth or Networking Perth. That's sort of still fairly general, but it's specific to a location or, you know. And then hashtag LinkedIn Local Perth is unique. It's unique to our event, and it makes it easy to follow the content and you know what it's about. So that's the 3 types of hashtags. So you've got a general hashtag, a specific hashtag, and a unique hashtag. So you use VM Perth as one of your hashtags, and that's specific to you, isn't it?
Yep.
Generally, I mean, other people may use it. I sometimes use hashtag LinkedIn Demystifier.
Yep.
Because that's my personal brand. So there's not going to be many people using that unless they're talking about me. And sometimes people will use it to reference me. But they'd @mention me as well, because that brings me into the conversation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's the 3 hashtags. Now, your question about can you put hashtags in the copy? Yeah, you can. So I might say, you know, welcome to another episode of hashtag the Connection Couch, because now it's in flow and it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I could put Connection Couch and then put hashtag at the end with Connection Couch, but you're repeating.
Well, that's why I was asking, because then
So
you can get away with, you know, still, if you mention Connection Couch in the body, then it gives you opportunity to have another still relevant hashtag in your 3 if you go to 3 to 5.
Yeah,
or-
and when I say 3 to 5, I'm including the text. So that's what I'm saying 5.
Right, okay.
I wouldn't go more than 5. So you might have 3 down the bottom and 2 within the text. But within the text, it's also got to look readable as well. So if you're putting too many hashtags within the copy, it looks a bit messy.
Yeah.
You know. So it depends on your audience. Now, side note, hashtag. Now, this is nothing to do with LinkedIn, but I'm just going to throw it in there. I'll go off script, because I like to do that sometimes.
Spanner.
Susan Boyle. Do you remember the Susan Boyle hashtag incident?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do remember that one. That
Yes.
was quite unfortunate, wasn't it?
It was unfortunate. So Susan Boyle, fantastic singer, surprised everybody when she opened up her mouth.
Funny enough, no relation to Frankie Boyle.
Okay. No? Okay.
No relation.
Okay.
Carry on.
All right. So when she released her album, the hashtag was it was Susan Boyle album party.
That's right.
But with hashtags, now LinkedIn, when they encourage you to add hashtags, they encourage them in lowercase, which I actually don't recommend. I recommend you use what's called camel case.
Camel.
Camel case. So it's like title case. Your title case is every letter starts with a capital letter.
Right.
Often you do that in titles of blogs and content. Camel case is that without the spaces. Now, camel case makes it easy to read the hashtag. So, and this is where the fail came from.
Yeah, I like putting just out of not punctuality, but
Yeah, punctuation.
Punctuation, thank you.
Punctuationality, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So, hashtag Connection Couch, I would put, it's a word now. We like creating words. I would have a capital C and a capital C for Connection Couch.
right, yes.
But you don't have to. If LinkedIn start recommending it to you because they see you using it, they will do it without the capitals. And that's actually not accessible for anybody that uses like a screen reader. So I'm not actually impressed that LinkedIn do that. I think they should actually encourage camel case.
So how do you input camel case? Is it like in your software, or is it something you do?
You use the shift and go to, just like, when you do capital letters, it's just something you do as part of the process.
Oh, okay, I see. It's not like a function you go, everything,
No.
and then you type it, all does it itself.
That would be a good function. So LinkedIn, if you're listening, that's a great addition.
I want to
We'd
cut
like that
that,
one.
thank you.
So going back to Susan Boyle. So Susan Boyle album party, without the camel case, it just looked terrible.
So I put it on the screen?
Yeah, it will go on the screen.
I'll put it at the bottom of the screen so you can visually see it.
Because you have to see it to go, oh.
Yeah.
If you search that hashtag in Twitter today, people are still talking about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and still laughing about it. It's just, it's unfortunate. But you don't want that to be the case with your business or your career. You don't want to have a hashtag that's not really well thought out and becoming a bit of a laughing stock, unfortunately. So you want to make sure you think your hashtags through carefully. So that's the tips there. Don't go too crazy with hashtags. It's not Instagram, and you want to have the context.
Yeah.
Now, the bonus tip we wanted to share was
Did we
about...
mention that at the beginning?
I don't think we did again.
Hopeless,
Yeah, we have an extra
honestly.
bonus tip, so thanks for staying with us. We have a bit of a tip about trending hashtags.
We do.
Yes.
Well, I shouldn't say we. Joe does.
Yes,
I'm just here for decoration.
and isn't he well decorated? Comments below.
Oh, God, thanks.
So, trending hashtags. You might have seen in your notifications recently that you're trending for a hashtag if you're using hashtags.
Yep.
Have you had that yet?
I have.
Yes. So you've been trending for like video marketing or something like that.
Video marketing, essentially, yeah.
And were you excited when you got that notification?
I was, because I thought, oh, what's this? Am I trending?
Yeah.
And then I realised I wasn't really trending.
So it does sound exciting. So I was trending for LinkedIn. I've been trending multiple times for hashtag LinkedIn. And you go, wow, that's pretty big. LinkedIn, that's a pretty big band. But what it actually means is you are trending at that moment in time for that hashtag. So it's not trending across the whole of LinkedIn. You're trending that, that little moment. So don't get too excited.
Oh,
But do celebrate.
Celebrate it.
Yeah, it's a
Just
woohoo moment.
Don't sell the house because you're thinking you're going to be, buying a bigger one.
Yeah, so did you take the house off the market?
I'll take the house off the market.
Yeah. So it's exciting, but it's just not as exciting. Now, that wasn't the bonus tip, actually. We have a different bonus tip.
That's right.
Yes.
So we are really pretty bad at this. Anyway, we'll get the hang of it after a couple of years. Don't worry.
We will.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
So go for it. What is the bonus tip?
The bonus tip. So this is, you might have also seen, if you've got a company page on LinkedIn, and we've got an episode about company pages and why they're important, click up here. Up here, that's right. I think I did that this time. So one thing that you might see in your notifications are, not that you're trending, that a hashtag is trending and you should join the conversation as your company page. So we'll show a screenshot as what this looks like. So
All right, okay. So we were underwhelmed by the trending. So what benefit would there be to do that?
Well, I've got to try and stay positive here and excited about it because I
That's
like
what
new
we
features.
said before we started recording.
I know. So
Giving the facade away.
what it's doing is it's giving your company page more exposure. So by triggering you to comment as your company page, it's actually getting you to use your company page beyond just posting on your page.
Which is what LinkedIn want you to do. They want you to use your company page a bit more, don't they?
They do. Now, company pages are a bit underwhelming. They're certainly, functionality-wise, they're nowhere near Facebook. Facebook's, with integrations and some of the stuff that you can do on Facebook doesn't compare. But you've got the ability for more exposure with your company page. I mean, you need to have a company page, whether you're a business of one or whether you're part of a large business, because it keeps people on your profile. You don't lose them to search, and it allows you to put your little tiny thumbnail, little logo on your experience section and at the very top. So a couple of reasons why you'd have one. And if you've got a team, it's a hub for the team and all those sorts of things. But in terms of your content, it's hard to get followers on your company page and it's hard to get people to engage with the company page. So LinkedIn now are prompting you to engage with trending hashtags, or as in content, as your company page. So it means that if there's a trending, there's some content trending for VM Perth and it happens to be Reg's content, I comment as my company page, thereby exposing my company brand to the network of people seeing this trending post at that time. Keeping in mind that the trending post is trending for that snapshot of time. So it's a little bit exciting. It's not as exciting as some things, but it's a nice push in the right direction.
Take a win when you can get it, Joe.
That's right. So I'd love to know what you're doing with hashtags, if you're going to be doing something new with hashtags after hearing this fabulous
or
episode.
have you avoided them at all costs up to now, and now because of Joe you feel inspired?
Or have you been victim or guilty, not victim, but guilty of just hashtag dropping and running?
Yeah.
'Cause that's,
I'm surprised people do that, to be honest.
Many people do, and I think
that would be a no-brainer.
And it's generally with shared posts where they're sharing someone else's content and then drop a whole heap of hashtags and think that's a post, and it's not. It's not the best way to do it anyway. So hopefully this has inspired you to do it better.
Yeah, great. That's lovely. All right, Joe, we're going to wrap it up there.
We should do.
Okay, so we've got plenty of videos on this channel all about helping you grow your business with connection and conversation. So I'd suggest you pick one and watch it, or you can probably hit the button up here, Joe.
Up there,
and get into some more content. Right, so if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, so that tells
Down
you
there somewhere.
When we upload new videos, because our content's awesome.
It is, and we have fun creating it, and we'd love you to get involved.
Let us know what you think. Are we wasting our time? Should we just give the whole thing up? Pick up a new hobby or something? Take up golf?
knitting, crochet.
Whatever, let us know. Anyway, I'm done talking. Thank you very much for watching. See you next week.
See you then.